Picture this. It's the night before a big assignment and you promise yourself you would do the assignment early, but instead you go clean your room, you watch videos, or you watch one more episode of your show. Does this sound familiar? Because this is procrastination. Procrastination is not only a result of being lazy or having bad time management, it is a difficult psychological problem that deals with our emotions, motivation, and decisions. Knowing the reason we procrastinate and how to push through procrastination is important because it lowers stress and it makes us more productive and allows us to have more control of our time. Today, I will discuss more than a bad habit. What is considered as a psychological battle can be dealt with the right tricks. To begin with, we will look at the psychological causes for procrastination. Next, we will take a look at the impacts it has on our well-being and productivity. And finally, I will outline the practical solutions to overcome it. In order to defeat procrastination, we need to understand why it happens. Procrastination is often seen as one of those things where most of the people who do it define themselves as being lazy, when it is actually about how our brains process emotions and decisions. Our bodies and brains are hardwired to go seek immediate pleasure and avoid discomfort. Impulsive behaviors are powered by the limbic system, the prefrontal cortex, when it comes to planning long term. When you have a big task ahead of you, you justify your emotions by getting on social media or watching videos or texting for short-term rewards instead of doing an assignment. Anxiety and self-doubt are common factors often associated with procrastination. If we worry that what we have to do will not be good enough, we mostly avoid doing it in total to avoid a sense of lack. This especially is hard for perfectionists who tend to never do things or begin things because it just might not be perfect. We now know why procrastination occurs. Let's see the long-term effect of it. You may not feel procrastination momentarily, but the repercussions later on will occur. By delaying our own task, we create pressure within ourselves. As the deadline gets closer, we start to panic, which makes us turn in below quality work. Chronic procrastinators have been proved through studies to suffer higher stress levels and lower academic and professional performances. Procrastination, however, long term, has been associated with mental issues like anxiety and depression. Delaying a task and feeling bad about it afterward can become a precedent for self-criticism and stress. Dragging for beyond the effect of the task, which affects our physical health because it leads to sleep disturbance and weakened immune function. If procrastination has such a negative consequence, the real question is, how do we defeat it? The bad news is procrastination may be permanent because it is a habit, but this habit can be managed with good techniques that are appropriate. A good way to fight off procrastination is to shrink the amount of tasks we have. The 2-minute rule is a rule that suggests doing something in less than 2 minutes if it can be done. Time blocking helps create structure, but it also works on accountability. We should try to progress rather than strive just for perfection. Smaller, manageable tasks make the larger task feel a little bit less intimidating. Research further reveals that giving small rewards for small tasks and accomplishments increases our motivation and decreases the procrastination that we have. Although procrastination is a psychological challenge, it is possible to counteract it once you are aware of how to work through it and you know how to make a strategy for your procrastination. Today, we talked about the psychology of procrastination and the bad consequences of it and how we should manage it. Once we understand our own habits and we work around them, it is possible to take control of the time and productivity that we have that is affected by procrastination. So if you seem to put off an important task in the future, just remember this. You have to understand your mind and work through your habits. It is better to act quicker and not later. The time is now to make progress and stop procrastinating.